Alright, hey guys, and welcome to LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. I'm the TheCleanLPGuy, and in this episode, we're going to be playing levels 6 through 10 in free play mode of the main levels of the game. So, I think that right now is about as good a time as any to talk about the things that I liked, disliked, comparison and contrast of certain things, and all that jazz of previous games that I've played that are LEGO. While you just watch all this going on in the, well, basically in the background, because I guess my voice is in the foreground. Anyways, what I wanted to say was, why I like LEGO Batman 2 is it's very new and different. It's very big in the sense that there's a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of characters, a lot of new characters in comparison to the first game. Now, some people might say that I'm kind of biasing it because there's new characters in comparison to the first game, but I still like the first game for the first game. But I do like this game better than the first game in more than one reason, I think. And I think that is because LEGO decided they wanted to add a bunch of characters, for one. And then two, I think the levels themselves were a lot more diverse and a lot more fun. They had a great storyline in this one that I really liked, with the fact that they had two villains teaming up together, and the fact that they brought those two guys, Joker and Lex, which kind of have a very, even though they don't really seem to in the comic book so much, I guess in this one it almost seemed like they had the same kind of goal, but they really don't really see eye to eye normally. Anyways, that was kind of what I liked about this one, is the story was really good. The levels themselves were awesome. I loved the gameplay in them, and even the coming back to them with free play mode was actually very fun, because there were a lot of different things that you may not necessarily find the first time. But if you have, you know, like certain things that you have to go around and get in the hub world, you can actually relatively quickly get all the mini kits, as you see I'm doing here. But I think one of the things I don't like, or a few, I guess, are the things that I don't like, are all the glitches that I had, for one. And I think LEGO really could have done better if they just kind of waited a little bit more and brought it up a little bit later than they'd anticipated, and just kind of fought the glitches out, especially in the Wii version of this game. I don't know if the Wii version of the game had a lot of glitches just because of how much system memory it had to take up, or what it was, but it seemed like there were just a ton of glitches that I wish LEGO could have worked out. And it's not nearly as bad as LEGO The Lord of the Rings, but it does have a few. I haven't had any problems with finishing levels or anything like that, like in LEGO Lord of the Rings, but it did have quite a few glitches that I would have liked seen taken out. And then the other thing is that the hub world. Now, the hub world itself, I like. And I like the exploring and how many bricks you have to get around there and stuff, all the crazy fun things that they have you do. What I don't like about the hub world is that they didn't give you... They gave you a map, but it wasn't like a very good map. Now, they had it pointing north the whole time, but they didn't make it where you could figure out where you were, which direction you had to head, and things like that. And as far as I know, if you have the Wii U version, it may be able to do that, but I don't know for sure. I haven't looked up stuff in the Wii U version, because I'd like to do it blind for you guys, because I know that the storyline itself and a lot of the other things are going to be the same as this game, the Wii version, except that the controls are going to be different, and a few other things that I don't quite know, but I know that's going to be different because it's a different console. But other than that, they didn't really have a map in the Wii version that really told you where you were. It told you where you were, but it always pointed north, so it was kind of confusing which direction you're supposed to be going. So I think part of the confusion that I have, at least that's my personal opinion as of now, the confusion that I had in the hub world was mainly based upon what was going on with the map. And I think that's kind of one of the things I would have liked to have seen, is that they could turn the map and stuff like that. And either that's a button that I don't know about, or that actually is not possible for the Wii version. Anyways, now I'd like to compare it to LEGO Batman. So, like I said, I do like them both in their own right as separate games, but I do like LEGO Batman 2 more, and I will tell you why. First of all, LEGO Batman was really one of my favorites. Sorry about that. LEGO Batman was really one of my favorites, mainly because it seemed like it was a new style of LEGO game, only because they had to make their own story for it. And granted, they used pre-made characters or whatever, but I think personally it was my favorite because they had to make up their own story for it, and I thought it was a very creative story. This game, I think, topped it yet again. I think the story was a lot better, and even though it only had 15 levels, and I wish they could have done more, but I guess that's one of the other things I didn't quite like. I wish they could have done more levels, but still, it had a great storyline for the amount of levels that you got to play, and it involved a whole lot more than just Batman and Robin versus Joker and the other bad guys. Now, I wish they could have involved a little bit more of the other bad guys from the first game, some more of the Batman bad guys, but I did also, at the same time, like the focus on Lex Luthor and Joker. I thought that was fun. I also like the fact that they threw in different abilities for different bad guys also this round, and I thought that was cool as well. That's mostly about the story. Now, the characters themselves, between game to game, I loved the characters that were in Lego Batman. Like, playing through it, I've always liked the Batman story. I've always read the older comics, however, but I've always liked the Batman story for the Batman story, and I think the game itself was actually one of my favorites just because of all the characters that they brought in, some of the new bad guys that I got to see. And in fact, some of them I actually was able to look up on Wikipedia because the game told me about those characters, so I thought that was really fun. But then Lego Batman 2 brought in even more bad guys and other characters because it brought back all of the same, like, Lego Batman bad guys, but then it brought in some other bad guys like General Zod, Sinestro, so you got to learn a few more of the bad guys for other characters, which I thought was really fun, Justice League characters. I thought that was really fun. And then they brought in some other minifigures and stuff, and vehicles were also kind of a fun add-in for this one, that you could fly around the hub world. Whereas they just basically had vehicles and vehicle levels in the Lego Batman, where you can't really pick your vehicle in your vehicle level for this one, so it's not quite the same, but I still think Lego Batman 2 is a lot better with character-wise and vehicle-wise. Cutscenes, even though they used the voice actors in this one, I thought it was a whole lot more fun because they could do verbal jokes, and not like crash jokes, but like verbal jokes, and then they could still try and use the miming abilities that they had in like Lego Batman. Now, the miming abilities in Lego Batman were awesome fun, and this was one of the first games where they were using, in Lego Batman 2, this was one of the first games that they were using the verbal cutscenes, but I do think for a first job at trying to fix up the cutscenes so that they could have talking in it, I think it was a very good first impression for me, at least. Like I've said before, I think the levels in this game were a whole lot more colorful and more fun, and I really liked all the stuff that they had you do. And I like that they added, I just saw this and it reminded me, I like that they added Superman having the phobia of kryptonite, and I thought that was fun. Even though it seems like he's probably one of the only characters next to General Zod that really has a phobia. I haven't tested anywhere yellow for the Green Lantern, but anyways. And then the hubs. I loved the hub in Lego Batman when I first played it. And I think I've told you guys this before, I did love how they had two different hubs, and it was the first game to actually have two different hubs, where you could go to two different hubs and then play two different sides of the story, which I liked that. The sides of the story was fun. And then this game you only got to play the good guys, which I'm actually okay with because I wasn't as big on playing the bad guys side of the story, and if you guys have seen my LP, you'll know why. I don't feel like I need to explain it right now, but the hubs were really fun because there was two in Lego Batman. But when they came to Lego Batman 2, since they made it like a sandbox where you're running around everywhere and doing all this like fun stuff, I thought that was kind of a fun add-in too. And the fact that you could go back to the Batcave, look at the computer, get some different vehicles, and then go around again was also a very fun add-in, I thought, as well. So again, the hub kind of beats it out for Lego Batman 2. I really think overall Lego Batman 2 is a more... I'm going to use an inappropriate word here, not inappropriate in a bad way, but like it's a funner game than I thought Lego Batman was. But I still like Lego Batman in its own right, and I still think that the levels themselves are a lot more colorful and a lot more fun, and the suits that they brought in each level were fun. Now, the one other thing that I forgot to mention that I disliked is that they didn't make it where you could keep the suits and they weren't like separate characters. I kind of liked that in the Lego Batman series, in the Lego Batman game, I mean, where it was like their own suits were actually used like characters. You couldn't select it as a character on the screen, but it was basically a character when you went through swapping through stuff. I liked that, so you could make that more readily available during the game. Anyways, now I'm going to compare it to Lego The Lord of the Rings because I played that one last, and that was a more recent one. Now, first right off, I noticed quite a bit of glitches in Lego The Lord of the Rings in comparison to this game. This game had barely none in comparison. I think there was a few vital glitches, like the fact that you could punch people, certain bad guys, while they were under the ground. And that was actually kind of a fun, useful glitch you could use in this game, and I actually kind of liked that one, that I figured it out during the LP. But other than that, there's not very many glitches in Lego Batman 2, and I think I know I'll remember some when I run into one or something like that, but there's not very many in comparison to Lego The Lord of the Rings, and I thought that was kind of sad that there were more glitches in Lego The Lord of the Rings. But really, the Lego Lord of the Rings, it felt longer, it felt more tedious, and the levels themselves didn't really feel that exciting. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because I knew the story or what, but it just didn't seem quite as exciting as Lego Batman 2. And I don't know if it's because it was fresh and original in Lego Batman 2 or what, but it just didn't seem quite the same. The hub seemed too long and tedious when you're walking around everywhere. I don't know if that was because it was my first time going around, or if it was just because there actually was too long and tedious of things to do. The levels themselves, like I said, they weren't as colorful. The cutscenes, I did like the cutscenes, I think, a little bit more in Lego The Lord of the Rings, because they took the movie cutscenes or the movie scenes and they kind of tried to add more funny humor and some try and do that kind of Lego miming spirit kind of thing, where they try, not spirit like, but like where they try and show the humor of the moment. And I thought that was fun, especially with as serious of a series as Lord of the Rings is supposed to be. I thought that was really fun. But the levels, the hubs, the characters, I mean, some of the characters were really fun in Lego The Lord of the Rings, but overall I think the characters were more colorful in Lego Batman 2. And then the story itself, it was pretty, the story itself in comparison, what I compared on is the fact that they had to make a new story for Lego Batman 2, and the fact that they had to take a story and change it for Lego. And I think that the fact that they had to change the story for Lego stuff in Lord of the Rings was really fun. And for Lego Batman 2, the fact that they had to make their own, I thought that was great. But I don't know if I can really compare the two in story-wise, because they had to make their own, and then they had to use one, and kind of changed a little bit. So I don't really know if there's a comparison there. I don't really know that I can make a comparison on that. But there is one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that is that I've heard people say that the last hint in Lego Batman, if you have not seen that episode that I did for my LP, is the very last episode. I will put a little thing up in the corner or whatnot. But if you guys haven't seen that, or if you've played the game and you have seen it, basically the last hint in the game was where it said "the end ... question mark or question mark ... and some people say that that is a hint to this game because it was in the last game. But personally, in my own opinion, now I'm not saying you guys are wrong and I'm not saying I'm right, but in my opinion, I don't really think that is a hint to this game. Now, I could see where that might be a hint, but in my opinion, it seemed like it was a long ways away from that game to this game. I don't know if people got confused because of how many people started buying it later, or if it was just they thought that Lego might be working on it already. I don't know which, and I don't know if Lego wanted to do it in the first place after that game, like they had so much fun with it that they decided they wanted to do another one sometime. But it didn't seem to me that to me it didn't seem like it would be a hint to it. I thought moreover it was a hint toward kind of the comics and how the comics continue on going and stuff like that. But if I'm proven wrong by somebody who actually works at Lego, or somebody who talked with somebody at Lego, or something like that, I'm totally willing to give up my side and say that yes, it is a hint to this game. But in my personal opinion, as of this moment when this video is coming out, I really don't think it is a hint. It was a hint to this game. But you guys can think what you want. It's a free country, and well, you freedom of thinking whatever you want. It doesn't really matter to me. But anyways, that's just what I think. Alright, so now that I'm done with what I wanted to say about what I like and dislike between the three games that I discussed, I'm going to get back to what's going on here. If you guys got confused at any point in time, if you have the game, just if you haven't played through the levels yet, kind of just play through and you might be able to figure out where I'm at in each one. I'm kind of just jumping around trying to show the quickest way, I'm just trying to get through each spot so you don't have to see the little in-betweens. But anyways, these are the quickest, this is kind of the quickest way to get through certain parts of the levels. With this one you will need, I don't know why I got the electricity suit, I needed the power suit. There we go. You will need the power suit for this one because you can't use penguins for this. You're gonna have to use the power suit, and that's a good thing that it's there because I think well, yeah, you would get it in the last part, but I think it does retake it back to, excuse me, it, you can't take it with you into the section, is what I think it is, if it's free play mode. Anyways, there you go, you get the mini kit, and then you swap that, and you can continue on through the level. This next part is over, this is over by the Kryptonite area, where you have to shoot the deconstructor in the level. Yeah, they're all very spread out, and it really helps if you have the little mini kit detector, which is in the hub world, so that really helps. I do like the screws that they have, though, because they're basically just, I don't know exactly how to describe what they are. They're like those little flick missile things, but they have, like, I don't know, they have, like, something on top of them that's supposed to make them look like they're screws. It's kind of fun. Anyways, they do a lot of the balloon slash Joker, or the Joker balloon thing, or Riddler, popping the top of the box thing. This is close to the very end when you have to go do a circle on that thing over on the side after you glide across with the Sonic suit. You can just fly over there basically. And then this one's kind of fun because it's it actually involves flash, and I'll show you how that works. That piece went flying when I shot water at it. Anyways, so you build this, and then you hit this with Joker's tool, and then there's actually, this is the only time that you ever really see this happen, and that is these little 4 switches will flip up, and it's actually got Flash's logo on there. So like the lightning bolt and the red outside, the white center with the yellow lightning bolt. So basically, what you have to do is you have to change it to Flash. Now, a couple times I'd been confused and thought I had to use the robot. Only because I didn't ever know that it had Flash's logo on it. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've played this game, and I didn't know it had Flash's logo on it. But anyways, yeah, it's got Flash's logo on it, and then I had to move this because I wanted to figure out what this was. I thought I had to deconstruct it, I think is what ended up happening, is I thought I had to deconstruct it, but it's actually, you have to build it, because it's got the Z button of Flashes. But yeah, see, as you can see, it's bouncing off everywhere, so I'm like, wait, it's not working. So then you come up here, I jumped over, and then you come up, and I guess you grab Flash. Just stop doing stuff, Flash, just grab, there we go. And I don't know why he's in one spot. But anyways, then you get the really awesome music from Lego Batman. And this actually appears like 2 times in this level, actually. And I think this is the only level that pretty much has it, I think. Anyways, and that's the last mini-kit of that one. We've gotten quite a few of the little mini-kit vehicles, though. I don't really know which ones we got, because I was paying attention more over to what I was trying to talk about with you guys at the beginning. But I do know we got the Juggernaut in the Juggernaut level, and then what we did? We did 6, 7, and 8 while I was talking. So we got the Juggernaut. What was the other ones? I don't remember. I'm not even gonna try because I know there was probably something Batman related in the Batcave one. I don't know though. Anyways, this is a police car if you guys wanted to know. And this one's kind of fun because you can actually because with all the little ones you basically ride on top of them like they're a seat. It's kind of funny. So you've got like this little go-kart thing that you're driving around everywhere. It's kind of fun. Anyways, if you guys really wanted to know, that police car, like the actual police car, is actually a pretty fast car in the hub. So, this level's going to go by really quick because we only have 3 mini-kits to get. Now, I wanted to show you guys this really quickly, is that Martian Manhunter is not affected by fire at all. Which is really funny because Martian Manhunter is very sensitive to fire. And the funny thing about that is that it's like you're not sure if he's sensitive in a way where it's a mental barrier or if it's actually he's very weak to fire like Superman is to kryptonite. But anyways, you have to do this part in order to get the 3rd mini kit that I'm getting. I don't know why. Oh, I know what that is. If you see all the arrows on the side, that's actually for the 1 mini kit. I'll explain it in just a second. Anyways, you have to shoot that guy, and I don't know why you have to shoot that guy in particular, but then you get this magnetic thing over here. And then you have to magnetize this. As you can see, there's arrows pointed over in that direction still to the, what is that, the left. I like this. You actually float instead of die. It's kind of funny. Anyways, there's all these targets, and you just have to hit all the targets is what it is. You can hit the little things. For some reason, I wasn't able to hit that target for a long time. I don't get it. I think I was aiming too low or too high. I don't know what it was. But anyways, I was, kept aiming at it, trying to get it, but it didn't work. As you can see, there's an arrow pointing down and an arrow pointing up. There's going to be targets that come up and down there. Let's see. Come on up. Which one's going to do that? I guess you have to hit one of the hit the airplane things for the targets to come up, and I was like, no, am I gonna have to? Okay, and then it came, and I was like, sweet. So there's 10 of 10 there. If you guys wanted to know, those are the 3 that were in this level. And I believe, actually, you know what? I don't know what we get for a mini kit thingy on this level, so this is gonna be kind of new for me. Even though I'll probably look at it and go, oh yeah, I remember that. But anyways, yeah, really fun levels. I really like them. They're very fun, colorful, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's one of these. It's a police, what is it? It's like a police boat or something like that. They showed up in the first game with little guys on them. Police boat, yeah. Anyways, there we go. That is the end of this part of the free play mode. So I think I'll see you guys in the next episode.